This is straight talk, leads to straight understanding. Straight talk, STSU. This is straight talk, leads to straight understanding. Straight talk, STSU. This is straight talk, leads to straight understanding. Straight talk, STSU. This is straight talk, leads to straight understanding. Straight talk, STSU. This is straight talk, leads to straight understanding. Straight talk, STSU. This is straight talk, leads to straight understanding. Straight talk, STSU.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? All right, y'all. Yes, 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 yes. Let me get this banner off. How y'all doing today? Yes, yes. Let me get this banner off. How y'all- Hmm. Rika, what's going on? What's going on, Rick? What's going on today? All right, yo. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get this little banner off, and we're gonna start it. We're gonna get it started. All right. How y'all doing today? Yeah, I hear that. All right, all right, all right, all right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, put one in the chat. Say yes. Something along the line. Let me know you can hear me. All right. Tariq, what's going down? Yes, opposite sex friends. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Opposite sex friends. East New York is in the building. Yes, 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 yes. East New York is in the building. Big up to East New York. Big up to California. Big up to the world. Thank y'all for being here. My name is Sean Bolden, Sean B, however you know me. And today we are going to be talking about opposite sex friends. Now, I have a lot of opinions on this and I have a lot of thoughts on this, but I'm going to make it short because I liked it last week. It was kind of short. We spoke about financial uh, intelligence and it was short. So I like that. So I'm going to keep that up. But in the meantime, I'm going to start with anybody want to join me? I'll put the link in the chat. All right. Uh, Anybody who want to join me, I'll put a link in the chat. Yes, and we'll go from there. All right. So anyway, the reason why I'm doing this subject is because I saw a video by this young lady. She's a therapist, not positive, where she uh, does therapy. She's a life coach and a therapist, and I believe it's in Georgia. And she was talking about opposite sex friends. Now she spoke on some things that I definitely want to touch on and share my thoughts and my opinions on it as well. Should men and women be have friends who are opposite sex? Now, a lot of people know me, know I have a lot of opposite sex friends, but there are some rules and relationships that a lot of people don't know that I enforce or that I abide by in order to have these opposite sex friends. And I think that it can be helpful. So I'm going to share some of that with y'all. And hopefully, you can get a better idea of what it is. First, we're going to speak about the young lady, and she's going to tell her portion of how she feels about opposite sex friends. And I'm going to comment on some of those things. So let's check out the video. Anybody want to join me? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. I don't see anybody But yeah, if you want to join me, please do. But here is the video I'm referring to.
Relationship, I don't think you should be picking up opposite sex friends. Women, you got to understand this. When a man that just met you off the street has no reason to respect you as an individual. He might respect women in general, like I won't disrespect a woman, I'm not gonna hit a woman, like in general, he's not a crazy person. But he got no reason to respect your relationship, period. He doesn't know you. He definitely doesn't know your man. He don't care about that man. That man is not trying to be your friend. He does not care. He's going to take advantage of the fact that he's fresh. You got no reason to not like him because you don't know him like that.
Well, I'm gonna stop there. Reason why I'm gonna stop there is because she made some points. She made some valid points. She said, one, there's no reason for a man to respect your relationship. I agree. He don't need to respect your relationship. And most men don't respect your relationships, just like most women don't respect your relationships. You need to respect your relationship. You need to be the one who sets the boundaries on anybody approaching you. Because guess what? If they approach you and you share with them you got a relationship and they disregard it and they disrespect it and you don't check it or you don't acknowledge it, you are the issue. You're seeking attention. You're seeking something that you should not need. You should not want. You shouldn't have the desire to need outside attention or outside validation or outside advice. So I agree with her when she said that. And we got to realize nobody is supposed to respect your relationship. There's fortunately some people that do. Like if I met somebody and I asked them if they was in a relationship and they say, yeah, I'm not reacting to like what that got to do with me. I'm reacting like, all right, well, good blessings with your relationship and I'm pushing. Now, if I'm just trying to hit or men who are just trying to hit, they are not going to think about the relationship because if you start giving them, um, an inch, so to speak, they're going to try and take a foot. You give them a foot, they're going to try and take a yard. And y'all need to be aware of this so that it does not become an issue in your relationship. So let's continue to listen to what she has to say. All right, here we go.
He done nothing wrong yet, and he doesn't care about your man at all. He doesn't care about your future at all. He does not care about your goals at all. He's trying to see, like, is there a weak point? What if she says she got a man? What's she doing talking to me? I just got to know exactly.
That's just what I said. That's exactly what I just said, y'all. What is he doing talking to you? That's exactly what I just said. And I need y'all to understand and recognize that. That's exactly what I just said. Now, I'm going to start it all over so y'all can hear from the top. But I want y'all to really listen to what this young lady is saying. I think she made some valid points.
After you're in a relationship, I don't think you should be picking up opposite sex friends. Women, you got to understand this. When a man that just met you off the street has no reason to respect you as an individual. He might respect women in general, like I won't disrespect a woman, I'm not gonna hit a woman, like in general, he's not a crazy person. But he got no reason to respect your relationship, period. He doesn't know you. He definitely doesn't know your man. He don't care about that man. That man is not trying to be your friend. He does not care. He's going to take advantage of the fact that he's fresh. You got no reason to not like him because you don't know him like that. He done nothing wrong yet, and he doesn't care about your man at all. He doesn't care about your future at all. He does not care about your goals at all. He's trying to see, like, is there a weak point? What if she says she got a man? What's she doing talking to me? I just got to know exactly why you needed a little bit of extra attention. Women think that you think because you told a man that you got a man, if anything, you look like a mark. You might be easier than a single lady who's really happy on her own because you must be frustrated. Oh.
Woo! She hitting it on the head, y'all. She hitting it on the head. You must be a mark. You must be a mark. That's what she said. Now, if you're a mark, then guess what? That's what a man is looking for. He's looking for the fact that you don't have the boundaries up, or you're vulnerable, you're seeking the attention, like she said, so that we can easily slide in. And that's what we're trying to do usually. Slide in. And I ain't talking about our presence. You know what I'm talking about. We're trying to slide in. Take heed to that, ladies, because I'm trying to help you help yourselves in your relationships. I'm not trying to give you advice. You ain't gonna listen to what I'm saying. But a lot of times I feel like a big brother. And if I'm gonna be that big brother, I'm gonna help you out. Like, yo, don't do this foolishness. Don't fall for this foolishness. Stop fiending for the attention that you seemingly want. Now let's finish listening.
Oh no, you must be wanting in some way. Like I just gotta see where he not getting it, and I'm gonna fill that spot. Oh no. After you're in a relationship,
Wow, she made a lot of great points. And the topic again, y'all, is opposite sex friends. Now, here's some of the things that I will add to what she's saying. If you do have an opposite sex friend, here are some processes that might help with it. One, you have to define and make clear who that friend is to you and who you are to that relationship. Your lady needs to be able to do that. For example, there should be no friend that you don't know. No friend opposite sex that your spouse doesn't know, whether it be woman or man. They should know about your friend. Matter of fact, they should be, in order for you to maintain that friendship, if you feel that it's important enough, a lot of friendships ain't important enough to maintain. You got to ask yourself, what are they doing for you? What is this friendship doing for you? What are you in this friendship? What are you benefiting? I was speaking with a good friend of mine, and she was like, what do you benefit from this relationship that you have with this person, this ex especially? Opposite friends, whether they're exes or whether they're just friends, what are you benefiting? If they're that important and they're that valuable to you, then you need to establish to that friend who your new man is or who your spouse is, and to your spouse who that friend is. How do you do that? You do it through an introduction. You come and say, hey, remember the friend I was talking about? I want you to meet them. You go and you introduce your friend, said friend, to your spouse. This guy defines boundaries naturally. This is telling a friend you mean something to that the spouse means, or is that important to you, and they need to understand that now they are the person who is priority. And your spouse, it also shows your spouse that this friend, you're telling it straight up. So now if that friend violates, you can go ahead and identify that. But really, the friend won't violate, your spouse will. Let me say that again. The friend ain't gonna violate, your spouse is gonna violate. You don't need to trust your friend, you need to trust your spouse. And that's a lot of the problem. A lot of times they want this extra person as friend just to be around, just to comfort them. If your spouse can't comfort you, if you can't speak to your spouse, like I give a lot of advice to couples, to women, to opposite sex. So yeah, you can call them my friends. But what it is when they're talking about a relationship they're currently in, I ask them, almost demand, yo, you gotta invite that person on the call. I don't want to speak to you by yourself. And don't put them on the phone if you don't want the truth to be revealed of what I feel or what I think. Because I'm not siding. I'm not siding for my friend or the female that is introducing me to their spouse. And I'm not siding for the spouse. I'm going to listen, I'm going to observe, and I'm going to share my observations. And a lot of times, ladies, this has happened before. My observation isn't favorable to your actions and your behavior. And I'm going to share that. If there's a behavior that you're doing, for example, well, I just decided that I'm going to talk to you about it. I'm going to be like, nah, why are you talking to me? And you got a whole man right there. Why can you trust me to give information to or to share information with, but you can't trust the man that just laying down with, sleeping in the bed with? that you have consummated your relationship with. It just doesn't make sense. So somebody who's not trying to get into your panties can tell you that. And they will be willing to tell you and your spouse that, so that they, one, make it very clear, I'm not trying to partake or get in the middle of you and your relationship. That's a friend of mine. I'm best for that friend. I'm not trying to get in her panties. I'm not trying to, I wish the best for her. And if you are who she chooses, I respect you because I respect her. I love you because I love her. Now, love that I'm speaking of isn't romantic love. It's just agape, humanity. So if you genuinely have love for somebody, then you're going to love their spouse just naturally. And you should be able to show that, express that. If you can't, then you're suspect. You might be that person lingering, that person plotting, that person scheming, trying to get pennies, but didn't get there yet. And ladies, y'all got to be careful of those guys. And guys, y'all got to be careful of those ladies because it goes both ways. You can have a friend that really is trying to get with you, really likes you. I think personally, we have a better way of identifying. We tell a lady, nah, I'm not interested. Often, when that's the case, we say that very clearly. Y'all got to learn to say it too if you don't already. So I'm going to let this play one more time and we're going to wrap it up. But like I said, the other thing, you got to introduce, one, your spouse to your friend that you value. You need to evaluate whether or not they're bringing forth some type of value to you and or your relationship, because they're giving a value to you. But once you're in a relationship, it's no longer about you. It's about the two of you. You have now brought somebody into your life, so now it's about you and that person. And if y'all don't have that mutual understanding, your relationship is probably not going to last. People ask me why I was single. That's part of it. Because if you cannot value the relationship or trust me in a relationship to have a friend, I'm going to introduce you to my friend. If I have a friend that I feel is valuable, you're going to be the first person they meet. Because if I want to continue that friendship, I have to set those boundaries. And how I set those boundaries is saying, friend, this is my woman. This is my wife. This is who I am devoting my life to. Spouse, this is my friend. This is my friend who I've known for a while, adds value to my life, and love her just that way. You are my wife. That is my friend. Friend, you are my friend. That is my wife. I make it very clear and concise. Now, if my friend violates that, I check my friend. I had a friend before who I said, yo, you can't be my friend if I can't introduce you to my woman. I don't need to know your woman. Well, if you don't need to know my woman, then you don't need to know me. And I knew my friend longer than I knew my woman. My lady, I knew my friend longer than I knew my wife. And I was like, nah, if you cannot be and you don't want to for whatever reason, then you can't deal with me. Because you're violating my relationship at that point. She was like, whatever, I can't do it. And we got off the phone. Some time later, she called back and she was like, you know what? You're right. And she said, if you want me to meet your friend, if I want to be your friend, you're right. I do need to meet your significant other. And that's that. Now, the other thing is my significant other got to be willing to meet my friends. Like, yo, this is my friend. Because I'm a very open person, honest, open, and transparent. I've always been honest, learned to be open and transparent. A lot of times why I had to learn that is because when I'm open and transparent, often you can't take that. I ran into a lot of times when I'm open and transparent, they couldn't take that openness or that transparency. They couldn't take what they heard. They couldn't take what I shared with them. And that's just another thing. So I'm going to play the video one more time, and then I'm going to play another video by her. By the way, she's a licensed therapist, and she has some great advice when it comes to friends. So you should follow her where possible. But let's hear her out one more time.
That's controlling. The anxious, preoccupied type.
That's the last video we're going to play, but this is the one that I'm talking.
I don't think you should be picking up opposite sex friends. Women, you got to understand this. when a man that just met you off the street has no reason to respect you as an individual. He might respect women in general, like I won't disrespect a woman, I'm not gonna hit a woman, like in general, he's not a crazy person, but he got no reason to respect your relationship, period. He doesn't know you. He definitely doesn't know your man. He don't care about that man.
Not at
That
all.
that man is not trying to be your friend. He does not care. He's gonna
Right.
take advantage of the fact that he's fresh. You got no reason to not like him because you don't know him like that. He done nothing wrong yet, and he doesn't care about your man at all. He doesn't care about your future at all. He does not care about your goals at all. He's trying to see, like, is there a weak point? What if she
Right. And he shouldn't care about him because guess what? He didn't make a commitment to you. He shouldn't care about your things that you're interested in. He doesn't know you like that. And the fact that you are giving him interest and you're giving him play, believe it or not, you're actually making him care less about you because he's like, oh, you do this to your man. I don't want to be your man, but guess what? I hit. That's the mentality of men. I hit. Is he trying to be your man? Oh, no. Oh, no.
says she got a man, what's she doing talking to me? I just got to know exactly why you needed a little bit of extra attention. Women think that you think because you told a man that you got a man, if anything, you look like a mark. You might be
Absolutely.
easier than a single lady who's really happy on her own because you must be frustrated. Oh no. You must be wanting in some way. Like I just got to see where he not getting it. And I'm going to fill that spot. Oh,
Man, say it again. Say it again. I just got to commend her for doing that. Again, follow her. If you can't see her name right there, follow her. She definitely gives great advice. Great advice. I appreciate that. But yeah, like I said, understand. Yes, we can have friends of opposite sex. No, you should not be seeking new friends, like she just said. Should be no reason why you're seeking a new friend of the opposite sex. If it's an old friend, cool. But if you're in a relationship, there's no reason to garnish and get new friends. In my opinion, what's the point? Now you can have people who you can are resourceful, but only way you should be getting new friends if you two, if y'all are getting new friends. Any friend of yours should be a friend of theirs. And any friend of theirs should be a friend of yours. If y'all cannot make that happen amicably, then you do not need to have those friendships. If y'all cannot all be friends, your friend is my friend and my friend is your friend, and yeah, y'all can do separate things once that's established and y'all can do it individually. But the point being is that got to be a friend who is a friend of the relationship. Of course, then they have proven, and y'all both have vetted them to where they're responsible enough to respect the relationship. And if you can trust that, then you can possibly have that opposite sex friend. But if you don't trust that and you haven't established that, you're uh, walking on uh, thin ice. You're walking on thin ice, and as soon as you're vulnerable, the ice is gonna crack. So with that being said, my name is Sean Bolden, Sean B. This is Straight Talk, Leads to Straight Understanding. This is a short one, but yes, you can have friends of opposite sex, but you got to be careful. You got to set boundaries. You have to start with rules and regulations that you both can agree to in order to embrace friends. It shouldn't be new friends unless they're your friends collectively together that you met. And lastly, if they're that important and valuable, then you need to establish a boundary by introducing them to your friend and introducing them as you are that significant person in their life and vice versa. They're the significant person in your life, and make sure that that friend acknowledges, accepts, and understands that. And if that friend violates that, then you cut that friend off. Gone. I don't care how long y'all know each other. If your friend is violating your relationship that you have chosen to get into, friendship needs to be dissolved. Now you that friend could be looking out for you and showing you some things that you didn't see about this new person. Okay. If you can't recognize that, then that friend should respect the fact, all right, I'm going to take a back seat. If you have a friend that's been a friend of yours a long time and a person comes in and you start getting your attention towards that person, they're just a friend, they are going to respect and be like, all right, well, yo, it is what it is. So, yo, that's what I mean about friends opposite sex. No, you can't. My man Bear said, no, you can't. Man, I I can't dispute the rules in order to have opposite sex friends, but that friend has to one respect your relationship. If that friend don't respect your relationship, you're absolutely right, Bear. You can't have it. But as a man, if Bear, if you had your lady and you introduced her to me, I'm going to respect your lady because she is your lady. And if in fact, out of the respect I have for you, I'm going to respect your relationship, and that's just how it is. Now, I didn't say meeting a new friend. I agree with you. You shouldn't be meeting a new friend. But if you had a friend that already existed, but that already existed, and you can trust that friend, then you need to be able to understand and have that boundary. Now, if you don't, then somebody ain't trusting. Whether you don't trust your lady, whether you don't trust your friend, or whether you don't trust yourself, there's some lack of trust. And you know my saying on that bit: uh, without trust, there is no love. So we need to reevaluate how much of a loving relationship we got in those matters, in my opinion. But yeah, if you trust somebody, and I, bro, you're an exception to the rule as well. I'm reading the comments. My man Bear said, "Bro, you're an exception to." I understand that, but that's the only way where those exceptions exist. I'm not saying that they exist all over and anybody can fulfill those things. You have to really be able to know the character of that person. You have to know the root and the heart and the foundation of that person's mindset. Absolutely, I agree. And it's rare. But again, if I got somebody bad, you've been around my lady back in the days. I didn't fit because you understood you had a respect for me, so you had a respect for her, and vice versa. I have a respect for you, so I have a respect for her. So it's like leaving your money. There's certain people you can leave 100,000 in cash on the table and know it ain't going nowhere. In that same vein, there's certain people it ain't gonna go that way, but you have to be very concise on picking those people. All right. Think of the Hollywood and circle of friends, and uh, since one who married subside else is at. But all of those friends are Hollywood, and to your point, they got Hollywood characteristics, and I never respected that in the first place. That's why we're not friends like that. That's why people who introduce me to you, I don't talk with like I talk with you because they didn't have those characteristics that you displayed. So we got to be aware of that. So yeah, definitely that's what I'm referring to. You got to identify those characteristics, and you got to have those characteristics highlighted, appreciated, and valued. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Sean Bolden, Sean B. Thank you for joining me. Straight talk, be straight understand, and I hope you got a sense or some insight on having the opposite sex friends. I'm not advocating that you should. I'm not advocating that you shouldn't. But if you do, there's certain ways of learning how to do it. Peace, y'all. I have a good one. I hope all is blessed and well.